Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, depending on where you're watching us from. I am Azoka OJ, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for more updates. Tony Nnadi's Nina's group suffers setback. Banji Akintoye pulls out of Nina's alliance, says mission not what Odua represents. That's Ndi Yoruba has decided to part ways with Nina's. In what appears to be a brewing controversy, one of the frontline agitators for an independent Yoruba nation, Professor Banji Akintoye, has resigned as the chairman of the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, NINAS. Ilana Omo Odua, IOO, the umbrella body of Yoruba self-determination groups, also cut off from the NINAS alliance with the immediate effect. NINAS is the umbrella body of the leading regional self-determination groups in the south and middle belt of Nigeria. In NINAS, Akintoye, until his resignation, represent the southwest and Yoruba land. The lower Niger Congress, under the leadership of Tony Nnadi, is representing the south-south and southeast middle belt. Renaissance movement, under the leadership of Professor Yusufu Turaki, is representing the middle belt. In a statement on Tuesday obtained by The Nation, Akintoye and 44 other leaders who signed the release stated that the reason for quitting the alliance is to preserve the integrity and reputation of Yoruba nation agitation for self-determination. The statement reads, in the light of the current development in the Yoruba self-determination struggle, especially in Ilana Omo Odua, it has become very necessary for Yoruba people to dissociate themselves from the alliance known as NINAS with immediate effect. Yoruba, can you people stay on one thing? Can you people be trusted with this way, kind of movement? Anyway, it is according to them, it is a well-considered opinion that some of those we align with in NINAS do not want the kind of self-determination that we, the Yoruba people, want. Therefore, we, the leadership of Ilana Omo Odua, wish to inform the general public that the Yoruba bloc, under the leadership of Ilana Omo Odua, worldwide has moved out of the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, NINAS, with immediate effect in order to safeguard the integrity and honor of our agitation for self-determination. We thank the leader of LNC, Mr. Tony Nnadi, for his inputs to the NINAS struggle since inception. However, it is now obvious to most people in the Yoruba self-determination struggle that the LNC is not working in tandem with the objective of Ilana Omo Odua. The implication of this development is that the prestigious leadership that Professor Adebanji Stephen Akintoye has provided for NINAS as chairman since inception has now come to an end from that Tuesday, 30th November 2021. Furthermore, Ilana Omo Odua hereby withdraw its membership of NINAS with immediate effect. All the Yoruba people worldwide that believe in the agitation for Yoruba nation self-determination at home and abroad are by this statement notified to comply. We are, however, pleased to inform you that a more productive wide alliance, to be known as South and Middle Belt People's Sovereign Movement, SOMSOM, will be officially inaugurated after the completion of the ongoing consultations with like minds across the South and the Middle Belt regions. You could imagine. I usually ask, can Yorubas be trusted with anything political? Going by what has happened before and now, look at this, like at the die minute. Or has Tinubu paid these people off to quit this organization and support his 2023 presidential goal? What happened? Why did the Yoruba part of NINAS had to pull out? What do you think? Add your comment on the comment section. White paper. Lagos government rejects Endsars panel findings, says killings were assumptions. Can you imagine? The Lagos state government has rejected some of the findings of the state's Endsars panel, saying the claims of killings were mere assumptions and speculations. The government also rejected that 9 persons were killed when the Nigerian army opened fire at unarmed protesters at Lekki toll gate in October 2020. The government's position was contained in a white paper on the panel's report released in the late hours of Tuesday. The panel had submitted its finding to the state government earlier this month after sitting for more than a year. In the report, which was seen by the ICIR, the panel indicted the Nigerian army and the Lagos state government in the killing of unarmed protesters at the Lekki toll gate and the subsequent cover-up of the incident. According to the report, the panel said at least 9 Endsars protesters were killed at Lekki toll gate on October 20, 2020. The report listed 48 names of those who were casualties of the Lekki incident of October 20, 2020. Among the 48 casualties listed, 24 sustained gunshots injuries, while 15 others were assaulted by soldiers and police. In a statement released on Tuesday, Chief Press Secretary to Lagos State Governor Boyega Akoshile said out of the 32 recommendations made by the panel, government accepted 11, rejected 1, and accepted 6 with modifications. 14 recommendations fall outside the powers of the Lagos State Government and will be forwarded to the federal government for consideration. Let the healing begin, he said. Before the release of the white paper, efforts have been made by federal government and Lagos state officials to discredit the reports. A Lagos state lawyer had claimed there were inconsistencies in the report, while Nigeria's information minister had described it as tales by moonlight. Minister of State for Labour, Festus Keyamo, a former human rights lawyer, had also described the panel as illegal. Can you imagine? Anyway, I am watching events with disappointment. Does it mean the politicians have the right to take the lives of the common citizens and get away with it? Lai Mohammed, who will do anything to lie to defend the government, denied there wasn't such. Later, they are accepting part of it. Despite the findings and evidences, they are denying part of the report. Despite the conclusions of the team of investigators. Now, the Lagos state government is dismissing same reports as filled with inconsistencies. These people have no feelings for the common people. They believe they can kill us and cover every traces and nothing will happen. Well, even if they succeed in achieving their aims, I want to let them know that karma is sure. All the blood of those spilled on that day will speak against them in due time. Politicians doesn't understand repercussions and karma. In rounding up on this show, here is Abike Dabiri, Nigeria's diaspora minister also, who was at a radio station for a question and answer session. And from what it looks, it appears a journalist was calling to ask questions about the Nigerian girl who was locked up and died in a prison somewhere in West Africa on false charges. And Abike Dabiri, who is in charge of diaspora issues in Nigeria, telling the radio presenter not to take the call. Or maybe she should be contacted to tell us why she is stopping the presenter. Meanwhile, if this is what she was doing, trying to block a call, this is extremely shameful. May God help us in this country. Meanwhile, I would like you to see the video.
You know, he's been very passionate about Itunu's death, unfortunately. but he's not. I can't hear him right now. To be very honest, I can't hear him. I'm trying to, see if he wants to ask any question. Lagos Talks. Good evening.
Right. So, my name is David Dane, and I'm the journalist who actually broke the story about Itunu Babalova in March. Now, it's a very